Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. I really hope that you guys are doing well, you guys are great, and you guys are enjoying your studies. कह नहीं सकती, I don't know whether you are enjoying or not. Let's see, today we are going to talk about parts of speeches. So, whenever it comes to the term parts of speech, basically, see, whatever I am speaking right now with you guys are talking to one another, and you guys are having communication, whether it's oral or written. So these communications, you can say, they are, a kind of, you guys are using variety of words. So those variety of words are classified into different groups, and that classification is based on function of those words. For example, how this particular word function. So when it comes to the definition of parts of speech, you can see it here that the parts of speech are the basic grammatical categories. So these are the basic grammatical categories, and they are classified based on their functions and how they perform or act within the sentence. So it is based on their functions and their roles within the sentence. So particularly if we look at the number of parts of speech in English grammar, I would say that we have traditional eight parts of speech, which is noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, adverb, preposition, conjunction, interjunction. So all the words, you can say that whenever we communicate, they are grouped into these eight categories. So let's discuss each and every category separately. Particularly when we talk about noun, so we do have traditional definitions, so many, that noun is the name of place, person, animal, things, and whatsoever. But when it comes to the very easy and very, you kind of, not unique, I would say, but a kind of very simple definition, you can say that naming words are called now simply all the names. So all the names in the universe, in the world, they are known as noun. But we do have subcategories of it as well. Now see, we have common noun, we have proper noun. So whenever it comes to common and proper, remember one thing: common noun, it can be, very common, everybody can use it, or it is something, you can say, shared name. When it comes to proper, proper is a particular name and it cannot be shared. Now see, if you look at the examples in common noun, we have these sub examples here. So we can use city for every city, we can use boy for every boy in the class or wheresoever. When it comes to country, so each country can be called country. But when it comes to particularly, the proper noun, we have here name is देखो city, here we have Peshawar. Boy, here we can write Ali. So Ali can be a particular name of a person. You cannot call Ali to everyone. So everyone can never be Ali, but you can call boys come here. You cannot say that, yeah, Alice come here. So that sounds, weird, right? So proper means proper one, person's own name, place's own name. When it comes to common, it is shared one. It can be used for the similar groups, so definitely boy, girl, city, country, but for the different countries at the same time. Peshawar is a city, Islamabad is a city, Multan is a city, but Multan is not Peshawar, Peshawar is not Islamabad, right? Then the second third one, if we have, is collective noun. Whenever it comes to collection, that it is a group of something, and that very group, you can say that a collection of same things. Here you can see the first example we have here is army. When it comes to army, that we are saying that the Pakistani army is very strong, okay. Though when it comes to it, you're not talking about particularly the soldier that Asim Munir is very strong, or Bajwa is very strong. We are not particularly saying that, right? So what we are saying, Pakistan army is the number one army in the world. So yeah, so we are basically talking about the entire establishment, I would say. We are talking about soldiers, we are talking about officers in it, so all the people who function Pakistan army. Then when it comes to crowd, okay, there is very crowdy, this area is very crowdy, we cannot go there, or it's not go to falana dimkana, so most of the time we prefer not to go into crowd. So the crowd is basically collection of, you can say, group of people, they are there, and a huge number of people. When it comes to family, again collective noun. When school, collective noun. There is a comma in between, okay, family school nahi, family comma and school, don't be confused. Second, we have countable noun and not second, one, third, fourth, or fifth, whatsoever. Countable noun and uncountable noun. See, students, countable is something which can be count easily, and uncountable is something which can never be count, or you can say that is not very easy to count. The easiest way is to remember is we discussed this in the class as well, right? Here we have term stars. Whenever we looked at this term stars, we find that stars are in huge number, we cannot count it, it is a kind of there are many stars in the sky, right? But remember one thing, whenever it comes to the rules of grammar, or definitely when it comes to countable and uncountable, so all the nouns which carry s at the end, or which have plural form, they can easily be called countable. Although stars are uncountable, we cannot count it, but according to the rules of the grammar, that we can easily make plural out of it, so we can say that star, they are countable now. For example, in comparison to star, we if we ate not sand, I would say chale, we just ate sand, SAND. So we don't write SANDS, right? We don't write SANDS, and that is the reason what we say ke sands is not acceptable. So sand is uncountable noun, sugar is uncountable noun, and oil is uncountable noun. So all the nouns which can easily carry, I would say, which can easily carry plural form, they can be called countable, are those nouns which cannot carry any plural form, though they are uncountable noun. Then okay, so countable is here. These are those names which we can count easily. Countable noun has a plural form, so all the countable noun has plural form. Same is the case with star. Stars can have a plural form, that is the reason star is a countable noun, although the number is very huge. Second, we have uncountable. These are those names which cannot be count. It does not have any plural form, so these are not having any plural form. Next, we have concrete noun. Concrete noun is something which you can easily experience with your five senses. For example, you can see that, you can touch that, you can carry that. So book is a concrete noun, chair is a concrete noun, laptop is a concrete noun. I do not need that. I do not think that we need explanation here. I hope it is clear to you. Now, when it comes to abstract noun is something which can only be felt. You cannot touch it, you cannot hold it. For example, you are saying angry. I am very angry. So that angriness, maybe you can show that through your facial expressions, through your actions, but the term angry can never be touched or can never be hold, right? So here we have, when it comes to the quality, we have brightness, we have goodness, we have manners, that this particular person is a well behaved person. For example, you're talking about your friend and you are saying that Ali is a well behaved person. So here it means that well behaved is abstract noun which is quality, but you cannot hold it. Then when it comes to actions, laughter, sadness, judgment, and when it comes to idea, communication, democracy, belief, so such type of words, they can only be felt. For example, पाकिस्तान में डेमोक्रेसी ये जो आज तक महसूस नहीं हुआ, राइट? तो या इस टाइप की चीज़ें जो हैं, you can say it not चीज़ें, nouns जो हैं, they are abstract noun. Then we have compound noun. Here you can see that key plus board. Compound simply means two, right? When we say compound, so we are talking about two things, and those two things are join together to make a new words. Now these nouns contain two or more words to join together to make a single noun. So key is a very different thing, then board is also very different thing, but when we join them together we have another, the third new word, keyboard, which is totally different from these two when you physically look at it, right? So compound nouns can be formed in several ways, means you have different ways to make compound. For example, sun plus rise, sunrise, new word. Totally. Black plus board, blackboard, totally new word. Then we have hyphenated form. Hyphen means here you can see the small dash in between these two. So six pegs, 5 years old, son-in-law. So these are hyphenated form. And when you look at open form, we have post office, we have middle class. So these are the type of compound noun. So student, it was all about noun. Let's go to pronoun now without wasting any time. Now when you look at the pronoun, now see, it is a part of speech which functions as a replacement of noun. Simply that whenever we need to replace noun, we just use pronoun, and that word is known as pronoun. Let's go for the types of it so it would be easy to understand. Okay, first, we have personal pronouns, right? Personal pronouns are such pronouns refer to a person, group, or thing. For example, if I say I, so it's all about me. If I say me, then again it's about me. If I say mine, so that is totally mine. If I say us, so that is something which is shared but belong to my group, right? When we say we, so again the group. So these are the words where you use, or you can say that refers to a group or a person particularly, that is personal pronoun. So in even personal pronoun, we have subjective personal pronouns and objective personal pronouns. So these are the words subjective personal pronoun. Why we are calling it subjective personal pronoun? Just because in a sentence they act as a subject. For example, if you make sentence from I, you can say that I like to play cricket. Here I is subject, and when you say you guys are working very hard. For example, you're giving complimentaries to someone, so you can say that okay, you is again functioning as a subject. Then he is a good dancer, she is a good speaker. So these are the words which are functioning in a sentence as a subject. So it is not always they function as a subject. Okay, it depends on the sentence structure. तो आप different sentences के अंदर different जगहों पे आएंगी तो उनका different meaning possible है. When it comes to objective personal pronoun, so here the pronouns work as an object. Now see, it is a pronoun that is an object of a verb, compound verb, and preposition. See, me, you, her, him, etc. So she appreciated her for a good result. So here she, as we talked in the previous one, subjective personal pronoun, she is a subject here. Appreciated her, her has been used as an object here, so it is an objective personal pronoun. Ali looked at it happily, so it here you can say that subject, objective personal pronoun, but it can also be a subject as well. As I told you that it depends on the sentence structure. Agar it start mein aa jaye, it is a beautiful falana falana. For example, if you're talking about cat and you're saying that it's a very nice and very calm cat, so it as a subject has been used there. Then we have possessive personal pronoun. As we already discussed that possessiveness is something you can say that they demonstrate ownership. They talk about, this is something belongs to this particular person or me or this particular group. So it shows belonging. Now see, if the pen belongs to you, then it is yours. Here, yours is what? It is a possessive personal pronoun. Okay, this thing particularly directly belongs to you. Second, what is mine is yours. Again, you can say you are showing ownership. Then we have, these are, students, remember one thing, you have to remember these words by heart, right? आपको बहुत अच्छे से ये याद होने चाहिए. You might have MCQs on it. So first person pronoun, we have I, me, us, our, it, we, mine, ours, myself, and ourself. When it comes to second person pronoun, you, your, yours, yourself, yourselves. And when it comes to third person pronoun, here we have those third person. You can have a screenshot of it, you can write it with it, you can make your notes whatsoever you want to. Now then we have demonstrative pronoun. So these are very much important, right? तो ये basically इनको हम समझने की कोशिश करेंगे कि ये क्या है. So demonstrative pronoun, when it comes to demonstrative pronoun, these pronouns are used to point out the person or thing we talk about. For example, this, that, these, those. You are saying that that is the book I wanted. For example, you're going to a bookshop and you have been searching for a book, but you couldn't find that, and suddenly you see the book and you're saying that oh, the book is there, so I want that book. So you are pointing out that very particular book. So whenever you use to point out something, so these can be called demonstrative pronoun. And when it comes to interrogative pronoun, you have all the questions here. Whenever you ask question with question words, so these are interrogative pronouns. And when it comes to relative pronoun, you see the pronouns are used to combine or relate sentences. So these are the pronoun which connect sentences. They function as a conjunction, you can say that. See, who, which, whose. The example, this is the car which I bought. So this is the car which I bought, so which is connecting these two. This is the independent clause, and you can say bought is just a word, a single here, I bought. So these are connecting these two. I have a friend whose brother is a good doctor. Then whose is connecting these two, so that is relative pronoun. Then we have indefinite pronoun. Indefinite pronoun is something the exact number is not identified. These pronouns are used to talk about person, thing indefinitely. It stands for some person or things, but we do not know for exactly whom. So exactly हमें नहीं पता कि हम किसके बारे में बात कर रहे हैं या किसकी बात हो रही है. See the example, whom, none. Okay, let's go for the sentence example. Somebody has stolen my book. So for example, you left your book somewhere, and when you went back, when you didn't find your book, and you are saying that oh, somebody has stolen my book, कोई मेरा बुक जो है चुरा के लेकर गए. तो वो जो कोई पर्सन है, that is not identified. Same is the case with whom, none, something, anybody, someone, somebody. So that is not identified. So these unidentified words are known as indefinite pronoun. Some may consider my room gloomy because of its color. So this some is not identified. Who is this some? Ye khala hai, phupu hai, mama hai, kaun hai? So that is not identified. Next we have reflexive pronoun. See, whenever it comes to reflexive pronoun, remember one thing, that all the words must have self or selves, selves at the end of it, when it comes to singular and when it comes to plural. So here the subject's action affects the subject itself. Here Ali is subject and his action is affecting himself. How? Ali finished the homework himself. So Ali has done this by himself. She prepared herself. So she did not need any beauty parlor or any beautician to prepare or to make her ready. She prepared herself. So the action is again reflecting on the subject. Here also the action is reflecting on the subject. Then we have distributive pronoun. These pronouns are used to talk about each and every person separately. For example, you are talking about you're talking to an entire group, but you are taking their names without naming them individually. Using a single word, you are referring to the entire group. For example, see, each, neither or neither, none, etc. सी नीदर ऑफ द चिल्ड्रन स्टडीज़ वेल, कि इन बच्चों में से कोई भी बच्चा नहीं पढ़ता, इसकी ये उर्दू होगी. ओके, नीदर ऑफ द चिल्ड्रन स्टडीज़ वेल. सो नीदर ऑफ द चिल्ड्रन स्टडीज़ वेल मीन्स कि studies, we have used singular here. So using a single word, you're talking about the entire class, you're talking about the entire group of students. Then we have emphatic pronoun. So don't be confused about emphatic versus a reflexive pronoun. Why? See, when it comes to emphatic pronoun, it emphasizes on the subject. So it always emphasizes on the subject. So they are used in nominative case. These pronouns come before verb. So they are always before verb and after the subject. In reflexive pronoun, the myself or themselves, these words are at the ending, right? At the end of the sentence. But here it is soon after the subject and before the verb. Here he is subject, himself, and before the verb down. So it comes soon after the subject, subject and before the verb, as you can see in the examples here. Next we have reciprocal pronoun, right? When you look at the reciprocal pronoun, you can see that these pronouns used when two or more subjects act in the same sentence. He talks about joint relationship between among subjects. Yeah, between subjects or among subject. For example, whenever it comes to reciprocal pronoun, remember we are talking about each other and one another. So these are reciprocal pronouns. You can use them in the sentence to be clear about it. You can make your own sentences here. Now we have relative pronoun. These pronouns are compounded with the word ever. So all the words ending EVER, which are known as, compound pronouns, whoever, whatever, whenever, you can make sentences of it. Then we have possessive pronoun, as we already talked about it, these possessive pronoun which show ownership, which show belonging, right? So student, this was all about noun and pronoun. I hope the lecture is clear to you. Thank you so much for your time. Take care.